Alrighty, so how about we make a wig?
Welcome, this is Resin Bits, and I'll be making a wig cap today. I've wrapped this boy's head up in plastic, and I've made sure that there's enough space around the ears to start, and this is going to be a wig for my friend. So I kind of wanted to go on a little journey and record what I do. At first, I had a piece of this scrap jersey fabric. It has like a 4-way stretch, and I'm going to try to get it as tight as possible over the head. So I ended up putting the fabric the long way across the ears and the short way from the back and the front of the head. I always forget that I like this way the best.
Then I'll start adding elastics, first one around the neck. After that, it's time to adjust the fabric. Usually there's a lot in the back, so I end up actually cutting it off so there's less wrinkling around the edge of the neck. Here I'm pulling it up because the front actually doesn't need that much fabric, since more of the forehead will show than what's actually covered here. Then I'll have more in the back to work with. So just securing it a little bit. Oof, that was really hard to do, but it really helps with the tension of the fabric now. Now I'm getting rid of extra fabric in the back even more. So I pulled out where it was wrinkly and I'm cutting that excess fabric. Now it's just a matter of layering, pulling, straightening until I have a slight overlap of the two sides that are cut and relatively smooth back of the head. Alright, so this is looking pretty good to me. You can see the bottom of the neck is a lot smoother now. There will be a slight seam in the back, but I think it's worth it to have a smoother bottom of the head, just to be safe. So here I'm just getting rid of a few more wrinkles and adjusting the two layers continuously to stay closed. I like to add ones around the ear. This helps the fabric lay really flat around the back of the ear. At this point it's pretty much done and I'm about to add some glue. I do end up using a few more elastics just to keep the back closed in a second. But yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like before I add glue. Alright, so these are the types of glue I use. They're fabric glues basically. I think they're both pretty easy to find. The second one is very stretchy and I tend to use it more for wefts, but sometimes I'll use it for the first layer of the wig cap. And here's where the bag came into play. I actually used the plastic as a scrap to smear the glue onto the head. I find this is easier than using a brush, which is harder to clean, and more often than not I found that I've had to throw away my brushes because the glue just solidifies all the bristles. So this is really easy. I cannot guarantee you won't get glue on your hands though this way, but at least your brushes will be safe. I always try to remember to go behind the ears and a little bit farther down from the forehead than I'd like to, just because I'll be cutting into it and I want to make sure that I cut into the glue that's really stiff instead of like a piece of the stretchy fabric, because it could warp the wig cap if I don't go down enough. Oof, okay, so here's where I decided to add more elastics. I just found the back wasn't closing even with pressure from the glue. It was a pretty easy fix. I also decided there was enough extra fabric to just cut a little bit off the edge and make it a little easier to lay flat. The goal is to use the glue to just press it down. With a couple more layers it'll be nice and smooth. But for now, let's add some few more elastics. Same thing with the elastics too. The entire cap will become really smooth as the glue builds up. So this is day 2. After it's dried, you can see the difference from where the original layer of glue was and where the stretchy fabric is now. For the second layer, I switched glues. The Sobo, I think it's pronounced, I'm not quite sure, is a thicker glue for sure. And it actually makes the wig cap a lot stiffer. I use the other one initially sometimes, just because I kind of like the tacky feel it leaves the inside of the cap, and it makes it adhere to the doll's head a lot more than just if this glue was the first layer. And I don't know, probably for just some good luck. This layer is pretty much done. I'm just smoothing it out. I like to do thin and smooth layers and just build it up. That way there's no pockets of glue. That usually takes a very long time to dry. Anyway, I'll be adding a few more layers and then cutting the wig. The overall goal is to make a wig similar to this style in pink. Next videos we'll be finishing off and cutting the wig cap. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you. Bye.